Hello everybody, Ragtag Sagby here. Welcome to the next episode. Sorry for the bit of delay there, I realized my mic wasn't on. In the last episode, we got in the star map from Madame, and we're currently done here. On here, we might come back for a little something, but I think it's time we should leave Madame. Maybe see what everybody's up to, and then figure out where to go next. Let's see, I think we're done everything with mission. So I believe Candaris, Jolie, and Juhani, I think, have stuff they still have to talk about. I was wondering if you had any more war stories.
I don't have as many strange stories like the last one I told you, but I do have a couple about me and the stuff I've done. In one battle above the world of Althir, my unit managed to defeat a force of Althiri 10 times our own size. That battle gained me command of an entire subsect of my clan.
Tell me the story.
For 5 days, they had managed to hold off our forces, keeping us to the outer rings of their world, preventing us from attacking it directly. My task was to assault one of their flanks with a false attack. The Althiri would be drawn out by the units I had sent in. Once they had surrounded those units, the bulk of my forces would attack from the rear and defeat them in detail.
And did it work?
Things didn't go as I had planned. I saw an opening, a mistake they had made in the disposition of their forces, and took it. While fending off our main force, they had let their fleet split in two. The center of their entire fleet was left exposed. I turned my forces and assaulted the center of their fleet, decimating them.
You were a great warrior, Candaris.
Their slow, ponderous ship could not turn to face us without being overwhelmed. The command vessels were destroyed in seconds. Their ranks were thrown into chaos. It was amusing to watch the surviving ships scatter and flee. Several even tried to dive through the plane of the rings to escape us. They were shredded by the rings, or crashed into rocks, or were destroyed by our forces as we pursued them. Warriors do not flee from a battle if they are losing. They fight to the end, as we did against your Jedi Revan. Another time, maybe, I'll tell you about how the war with the Republic went. For now, let's just get on with things. Is there something else you want to know? Water worlds never had much of an appeal for us to conquer. They may put up a good fight in their own environment. No match for us, of course. But they don't really have anything of value, either. The thing this world is good for is a substance known as KOTOR. KOTOR is the single best healing substance in the galaxy. But the Mandalore are not as weak and fragile as your Republic and Sith warriors. When we enter a battle, we carry weapons powerful enough to pulverize cities. Both in our wars and in our own personal combats, there are no survivors. So KOTOR does not hold the appeal it does for your peoples. You have anything else you want to ask? Your choice.
Nothing more for now. Let's see, what does Jolie have to say?
Something on your mind, dude?
You mentioned something about your adventuring days.
Did I say that? Strange the tricks memory plays on you when you get older.
So you weren't an adventurer?
Didn't I say that my past was my affair? You don't see me poking and prodding you with questions, do you?
But you already said so much, I'm curious.
I'm not here to satisfy your curiosity. No staring at the old man, that's what the sign says, damn it. And besides, you don't really want to hear about me. We're talking ancient history, probably before you were born. History bores kids. Proven fact.
Yeah, well, old people love to talk about history, proven fact.
Oh, fine, fine. Have it your way. Just don't cry about it later. Yes, I was an adventurer. Happy now? I wasn't even done with my Jedi training back then. I had a full head of hair and an eagerness to see absolutely everything. Sound familiar? The Council was never happy with willful, brash Jolie Bindo, you see. Even less so when I began my smuggling career.
You were a smuggler.
Don't look at me like that, damn it. I wasn't always the wrinkled coat I am now, you know. I can still fight, too. So wipe off that smirk I see there. At the time, the Yucata system was interdicted by its own king. He preferred to keep his people starving and poor, all the better to oppress them. The Senate was trying to negotiate a peace, but they were getting nowhere as usual. I decided I wasn't going to wait. I found myself a ship and a partner, and we began smuggling food and supplies to the Yukata citizenry through the blockade.
Was it very dangerous? Where do you get the credits for all the
Well, we
supplies?
didn't buy all the equipment per se. Some were happy to donate goods. Some we just knew had more than they could use.
So you stole it.
Stole is such a harsh word. They would have donated those goods readily enough if they were compassionate. I considered it a tax on the greedy. We only got caught once. A lone Yukatish frigate shot us down and forced a crash landing. I thought the Force had abandoned me, as I remember.
What happened then?
Well, as it happens, getting shot down turned out to be very fortunate. That day was the day
The day you what?
Well, that was the day I met my wife.
Your wife? You were married?
You know another way to get a wife? But yes, that's when I met her. If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to stop talking now. My mouth is starting to draw flies.
So he had a wife. Keep in mind, this was back during a time where I think the Jedi were not restrictive on love, so it was possible to marry.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Tell me more about your past.
Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that.
Please
In
do.
the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
Near the world your species come from?
KOTOR was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran.
Your world was taken that easily?
They swooped down from space across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist, and in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
Why did the Republic not help you?
We were not members of the Republic. KOTOR was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the First War against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
But you survived.
My parents carried me as a baby with them and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
How did your family cope?
My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
How did he die?
Killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry. I cannot talk about this any longer right now.
We learned more of her past. Oh, let's take off from Medan. Why don't we go back to Dantooine for a little bit?
going on?
Sith interdictor ship. They must have been waiting for us on the hyperspace route. We're caught in their tractor beam.
Do you recognize the ship?
It's the Leviathan. Saul Kareth's vessel. My old mentor. Admiral Kareth taught me everything I know about being a soldier. He was a legend in the Republic fleet, and a hero to me until he betrayed us. When the Sith attacked my homeworld, the Leviathan, which is Saul Kareth's flagship, was at the head of the fleet. My family was destroyed that day, and my wife died in the Sith bombardment.
Don't do anything you'll regret, Karth.
I'm not gonna do anything stupid. I mean, I won't throw our lives away in some mad quest for vengeance, but if I get a chance to kill Saul during our escape, nobody better get in my way.
Talk of an escape is somewhat premature, don't you think? We don't even have a plan to get out of this mess yet.
I'll admit, it won't be easy. Saul's no fool, and he won't underestimate us either. You can count on plenty of guards watching every move we make.
Maybe Admiral Kareth doesn't know how many of us there are on board. We all have special talents. Talents we could exploit so that one of us could stage a rescue. We just have to figure out who has the best chance to avoid capture so they can come and rescue us later. It's a long shot, but it's our only hope.
Basila, is there any way you can use your battle meditation here?
The Admiral will be watching the three of us far too closely for any plot involving you, me, or Karth to succeed. It's going to be up to one of the others to get us out of this.
Well, if we're gonna pick someone to save our skins, we better do it quick. In another minute, we're gonna have Sith troops marching up our loading ramp.
Let me see. So we can choose Mission, T4M4, Jolie, Candaris, or Juhani, or HK to do the job. I think if you say this sounds like a job for Wookiee, I think Sarbar turns it down, if I remember correctly.
We need someone inconspicuous for this task, and Wookiees tend to draw a lot of attention, especially from arresting troops. Maybe you should go with someone else.
Yeah, so you can't use him. I think you can pick someone to see what they can do, and decide from there if you want. So, for example, Candaris, is there some way we can exploit your healing ability?
You could give me a shot to delay my healing mods from kicking in. A small incendiary grenade will leave burn marks that look like I was injured while making repairs to the ship. Make my wounds bad enough, and the Sith will drag me off to the morgue or the medical facility to die. When my healing mods kick in, I'll come back and save the rest of you.
You're not immortal, Candaris. Your injuries could kill you before your healing has a chance to kick in.
I'm the best chance we've got, and everyone knows it. But you're the boss, so I'll bow to your authority. I still think it's best, unless you've come up with another plan.
Sounds like a job of the Wookiee. So at the bottom, you can choose to confirm Candaris if you want. Let's see what the others would say if we choose them. So Juhani, can you use your force powers and camouflage your abilities to avoid capture?
You speak the truth. I alone of all the group might be able to remain hidden if the Sith search the ship. I could wait until the guards have completed their search, then come to rescue you.
It's too much of a long shot. They'll find you. We need another plan.
I think you may be underestimating my abilities, but I will bow to your decision.
A droid could have the best chance. HK could come and rescue us.
My construction includes a reserve memory chip and backup power supply that automatically kicks in if I have been shut down too long. Deactivate my main circuits and wipe my memory chip. The Sith will take me to the junk heap, and I can come rescue the rest of you after I reactivate.
What if the Sith disassemble you before your reserve power kicks in?
Answer: that is possible. My reserve power supply is a prototype yet to be tested, yet I can attempt this task if you wish.
Maybe Jolie can use the Force to affect their minds.
I don't think I can use my Force powers to convince a whole squadron of troopers to let me go free. But maybe I can use it to get them to take me to a separate cell. They'll probably only leave a single guard to watch over an old man like me. I can use the Force to convince the guard to set me free. Then I can free the rest of you.
You're putting yourself in an awful lot of faith in your ability to alter their minds, Jolie. I think we need a better plan.
I've learned a few things in my time, kid. Don't underestimate the Force, for one. But it's your call. If you want to try a different plan, go ahead.
Let's see. T3 M4 is pretty resourceful little guy. He could pull this off.
Well, the droid's right. If we disable him, the Sith will probably wipe his memory chips and take him to the junk pile. But if we can rig a backup memory chip with a timer, when it kicks in, the little fellow will be reactivated and he can come find us.
I'm afraid the Sith will melt him down before the backup chip kicks in.
Well, that's a risk we might have to take, unless you can come up with a better plan to get us out of this.
Mission can do it. No prison can hold her.
Maybe I can goad the guards into making a mistake. If I get them mad enough, they might put me in a separate cell to punish me. With them focusing so much on you three, I might be able to sneak out of my cell and come rescue the rest of you. It's a risk we have to take, Big Z. I can slice my way free of any security cell. Don't worry, I can pull this off.
If you make the Sith mad, they might just decide to kill you. I don't like this plan.
The decision is yours. You're in charge. But I know I can do this if you give me a chance.
So that's everybody's abilities. So let's go with Canderous. Okay, Canderous, I'll give your plan a shot.
Hold on. They're dragging us into the docking bridge.
Bastila, Karth, and the crew have been taken prisoner as you ordered, Commander.
Excellent. Have you searched the ship thoroughly? Admiral Karth warned me to be on alert for any kind of treachery.
We found an injured Mandalorian in the back. Looks like he was trying to rig the ship's engines to break free of our tractor beam when something exploded.
Admiral Karth wants us to question all the prisoners. Did you get any information from him?
He's unconscious right now. I don't think he's going to make it. He's burned pretty bad.
Dump the Mandalorian in the medical bay. Let them take the blame if he dies before the Admiral has a chance to interrogate him.
Karth, it has been far too long since we last spoke. I see the recent months have not been kind in your case. I barely recognized you.
But I recognize you, Saul. I see your face every night, even as I promise myself I will kill you for what you did to my homeworld.
Did you learn nothing in your time under me? As a soldier, you should understand that casualties were unavoidable. This was an act of war.
It was a cowardly act of betrayal. Your fleet bombed a civilian target into oblivion without warning or provocation, and the blood of those innocent people is on your hands.
In war, even the innocent must die. The Sith would not accept me until I proved I had truly turned my back on the Republic by bombing the planet.
My wife died in that attack, Saul. And for that, I swear I'll kill you.
You used to be a man of action, not of empty words. Cling to your lust for revenge if you must, but spare me your tired threats. I've heard them all before. You're an insignificant part of these events anyway. Lord Malak is far more interested in your Jedi companions. He has great plans for them.
We will never serve Malak or the dark side. The Sith will be destroyed, Admiral Karth, as will you if you don't turn away from this path.
Your words are brave, Bastila, but the lure of the dark side is hard to resist. Or so I've been told. I wonder if your companion is as devoted to the light as you are.
You're wasting your time, Saul. I'll never betray the Jedi.
You're defiant. I'm certain Malak will find your loyalty to the Jedi amusing. The Dark Lord would probably reward me if I just killed you once and for all, but he may want to question you given the trouble you've caused him, and the history between them.
History? What are you talking about?
You mean... Oh, this can't be true, can it? You really don't know what's going on here, do you? Well, I won't be the one to deprive Malak of the pleasure of telling you himself. The Dark Lord will no doubt torture you for information and for his own twisted pleasure. Eventually, you will tell him everything. The Sith can be very persuasive. However, Lord Malak is in another sector. It may be some time before he arrives, so I suppose I will have to fill in for him until then. Activate the torture fields. Enough. I don't want them to pass out before I question them. Malak will appreciate any information I can give him when he arrives.
Don't waste your breath, Saul. We won't answer any of your questions.
I'm sure you won't. However, we both know your friend's loyalties have proven in the past to be somewhat flexible.
My loyalty is true to Basileus.
It is time to put your loyalty to the test. I doubt torturing you will gain me your true cooperation. Your will is too strong to be broken that way. However, even the strongest of heroes has trouble watching those they care about suffering. The interrogation will begin now. Each time you refuse to answer or give me a false answer, Bastila will suffer.
Let me see. I think this is a dark side answer. I think this provokes a response from Bastila. Don't hurt her, I beg you.
Pain is meaningless. Tell him nothing.
I tire of these games. Now I want answers. On what planet is the Jedi Academy at which you were trained?
Alderaan. It's on Alderaan.
Alderaan is nothing but a planet of artisans and philosophers. There is no training academy there. You must think this is a game. Very well, this is the price of your resistance. Enough! You see what happens when you try to defy me. This first question was a test. Obviously, Malak knew the academy was on Dantooine, and it has since been destroyed by our fleet. Dantooine is an empty graveyard now. Nothing is there but a smoking ruin and the charred remains of your former masters.
No, you're lying. This isn't true.
It doesn't matter whether you believe me or not. The fact remains that the Jedi on Dantooine have been eradicated, along with any hope of someone coming to rescue you. Now, tell me your mission. How were the Jedi planning on using you to stop Lord Malak and our Sith Armada?
I forget if this gives us a, dark side answer. I won't betray the Jedi.
Perhaps you need a reminder of the consequences of refusing to cooperate.
Pain!
Listen, can you not hear her suffering? You can spare her further pain by simply answering my questions. Now I will ask again, on what mission did the Jedi Council send you?
What happened to the energy field? This achieves nothing, Saul. We'll never betray the Republic.
Perhaps another lesson is in order.
No! No! I beg you, no! Mercy! No!
I am surprised she did not pass out sooner. Rarely have I seen someone withstand such punishment and remain conscious. I see I am wasting my time here. When Malak arrives, you will learn my interrogation techniques are considered merciful among the Sith. I will leave you here in your cell with a small taste of the horrors you will suffer when Lord Malak arrives.
Don't try to move too quickly. You might not be fully recovered yet. Admiral Kareth had his guards continue to torture you even after you passed out.
They tortured all of us, though you got the worst of it by far. Saul wanted them to make us suffer. He's become some sort of sadistic monster.
The dark side has perverted him, Karth. Once you start down the tainted path, it leads you ever further into the depths of evil. I fear he is forever lost.
Blah, blah, blah. Do you ever get tired of being so peachy? No one's without hope of redemption, Bastila.
Yes. I suppose you're correct. Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of that hope in the face of such unbridled cruelty. But you speak the truth. I suppose I'm taking the news of Dantooine's destruction quite hard. First Taras, now the Academy. Is there no end to the killing?
Maybe Admiral Kareth was lying.
I'd like to believe that Saul was lying to us. But even as he said the words, I knew they were true. The Academy is gone. We should have felt a disturbance in the Force when the attack came. The fact that we did not is a bad sign. I fear the dark side is growing stronger, casting shadows our vision cannot pierce. I can only hope that some of the Jedi escaped. Luke, Endar, Zar. I cannot imagine all of them being gone. In any case, we've lost our one place of refuge in the galaxy.
None of this will matter if we don't get out of this prison before Saul gets back.
Where's Saul Carrera now?
Saul mentioned that Lord Malik was on his way. I think the Admiral left to prepare for his arrival and to report the results of our interrogation.
It is fortunate you were able to resist the Admiral's questioning. The fate of the galaxy could be changed by revealing the slightest piece of vital information. I have to confess something. There was a moment, just a moment, when part of me was hoping you would tell him what he wanted to know, just to make the horrible pain stop.
I'm sorry, Bastila, for watching you suffer. Tore me apart.
I know you would never do anything to intentionally cause me pain, but you did the right thing. I don't honestly know if I could have been as strong in your position. To watch you suffer like that, it might have been too much for me to bear. Did you feel that? A disturbance in the Force. The Admiral has sent his message. The Dark Lord knows we're here now. Malik is coming.
Well, then we better hope Canderous busts us out of here before he arrives.
And Canderous wakes up without his gear. Luckily, they were dumb enough and put all the gear right here. So let's re-equip Canderous. Do keep in mind, when you come here, you will only have whatever equipment the said party member you pick had on them. You do not have access to your entire inventory, so keep that in mind. Let's go to treat injury, feats. What do I want to give Canderous? Master Power Blast wouldn't be too bad. Now let's give him Master Power Blast. He's leveled up again. Treat. What should I give him? What should I give him? What should I give Canderous? Yeah, let's give him this. Conditioning. Let's go out and take out the Sith. And also rescue go rescue everybody. Let me look at the map. So I forget exactly where on the ship we need to go. The detention area. It's locked. I think the detention area is where we need to go. Droid upgrade parts. I believe this is where our droids would be sent. If we chose any of them. Oh, right. We only have a few repair parts. I forgot. We don't even have access to our repair parts. Ooh, there were medical supplies in here. Let's explore the ship, try to find everybody. I shot through the wall and the dude was like, what the heck was that? Oh, well. I'll just continue on my day. Oh! Eat grenades! I don't have a lot of computer spikes. Did I download the map? What did I do? Oh, I have 0 computer spikes. No wonder it's coming up as failure. I'll see if I can find a map or some. The starboard cell key block key. Access commands. I can open the detention area, get the schematics. overload the terminal and kill myself. There's a bunch of people there. Release force field, right, because I think there's somebody there we can help. Medical. Maintenance. If need be, I'll probably cheat my way to some computer spikes. Because I think there's a roadie in here that we can help. Who are you?
Jiskadosoki, Kopa Bonanakachu, Laborana Winki Smaktoma, Kuyami, Jusku Chitanai, Uchua Penki, Topa na Ota Vokasa, Yubabato Kanchi, Yatuka Ulan, Chaskronki do Patslemo, Chi Itakanki, Chana Kilikon, Kimba Muli Rabwanaji, Kimba Noku Nixet Abog.
What do you mean by rare goods?
Nekawa Dubaka, Patisa, Kon Muli Slimo Poi Wanga Kun Viskin, Chi Itakanki, Chana Kilikon.
You're a smuggler.
Ichuta, Yun Patisa, Kimba Nikcha Lora Kun.
How can you help me?
Smilia, Tinkuin Koka, Patoga Yakfuli Kokala Gigi. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra. Tangit wama jiko na. Tonkit pa nonku nek abog.
Why wouldn't the Sith have confiscated something like that?
Smilia! Tinkuin ko ka. Patoga yakfuli ko kala Gigi.
That's disgusting.
Tinkuin ko ka. Kimba ni chalora kun. Tung abashun ni chunchi. Kakin cha nawabakaon. Changwaba chinyo shangwi chama ucha wish uyong kun. Tongi tuamachi.
What about the rest of your crew?
Tongi wamaji aki inkotun. Kachopa bogra shanko tachi cha. Chawa wish kun yun kun. Bogra shop chong kanti chopa chawa wish yun kun. T.O.P. tu puta krita.
Why haven't you escaped on your own?
Achua penti, yun patisa. Tichuba jikunka naga, kingu wa mulira dwana. Kimba ni chalora kun.
I'll see what I can do.
Chiwa aita kan ki jiyokaku. Uba baska dwana chichopa muska. Kakinja nawabagaon. Kimba ni chalora kun. Kava, yun patisa. Chiwa aita kan ki jiyokaku.
So we can either find spikes or we can try and find a card that can open the doors. I don't want to attack the insane Rhodians.
Right. It's open.
Ooh, got the necessary computer spikes. Riot gears. Oh, hello. Time for a Mandalorian battle. Activate your energy shields. Let's do another power blast. Gotcha. Alright, let's loot your bodies. Poison grenade, repair kit. Anything useful in here? Sith pass card. I believe that will allow us to access the computer. And free the Rhodian. No, I do not want to attack the insane. Really? Alright, let's open the detention center. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna hope this car can open those cell block doors, otherwise I am gonna cheat for some computer spikes. Because I won't open the detention center, was open this. Oh no, that's what the pass card does. What happened to the Rhodian I was helping? Is it because I accidentally opened the detention center, he decided to disappear from existence? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he was in this cell, and he's now just been Thanos snapped out of existence. Okay, note to self, if you open the detention center, he just disappears. Alright, let's go free everybody. The detention terminal. Unlock the aft holding shells and equipment storage.
Nice job, Canderous. You keep getting us out of jams like this, and there might be a place for you in the Republic Army, even if you are a Mandalorian. Now, if I remember the layout of the ship, our equipment should be in a storage chamber just through the north doors. After we grab our stuff, we need to get to the main bridge controls. The bridge is the only place that we can open the docking gates of the hangar where they've got the Ebon Hawk. We have to open those gates before we can fly out of here.
We better get moving. I can feel the darkness of Malak's presence approaching, and I don't want to be here when he arrives. None of us is a match for the Sith Lord.
I'm not afraid of Malak.
Then you are a fool. The power of the Dark Lord is strong enough to destroy any of us, even you. It would be suicide to face Malak here. We need to get away before he arrives.
We need some type of plan.
Surprise and secrecy will serve us best. A small group might have a better chance of sneaking onto the bridge undetected while the others make their way down to the Ebon Hawk.
Count me in, then. I've got a score to settle with the Admiral before we get off this ship. And I have a feeling I'm gonna find him on the Leviathan's bridge.
Careful, Karth. There's more at stake here than personal revenge.
True, Karth. You can come, but don't let your hatred of Saul Karath jeopardize our true mission, getting the Ebon Hawk safely off the Leviathan. You better come with me and Karth. The others can find their way on their own, but we might run into trouble. We'll need you and your powerful Force abilities to deal with it. The three of us will get our equipment and make our way to the bridge. The rest of you head down to the docking hangar where they've got the Ebon Hawk. You'll have to find a way to deal with the guards.
Don't you worry about that. I know how to deal with the guards. They won't know what hit them.
Good. Get to the equipment room, grab what you need, and get going.
Meet you there as soon as we get those docking bay doors open. Just make sure the Hawk is ready to fly when we get there. And may the Force be with you.
We still have our equipment. Let's go. Here's all our stuff. Really, everything that they've taken from us is here. Along with a few extra stuff. Still have those bonds to sell. Yep, pretty much everything we have are in these lockers.
What do you need? You got it.
So I'm gonna quickly make sure I get redressed. Because the game doesn't feel like automatically redressing the character. And as I'm putting my clothes back on, we'll end the episode here. So in the next episode, we'll continue going through the Evanhawk, the Leviathan, to get to its bridge and get out of here. Is that my lightsaber? Yeah, I think it is. We'll continue going through the Evanhawk. Why'd I say Evanhawk again? We'll continue going through the Leviathan to try and get out of here. Hold all saves. So if you enjoyed this episode, do like the video, it helps tremendously. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this episode, and share the video so that more people can discover my content and help the channel grow. And I'll see you all next time. Later.